Hey everyone, it's Kelsey from Hungry Crafty Kelsey, and today I'm coming to you with these little candy boxes, or they can also be referred to as mini donut boxes. They are just a really miniature size, kind of like a version of a donut box, or in Connecticut we have a candy store that sells all their candy in boxes like this. Not with the pattern, of course, they have them in just plain white boxes. And so these measure 3 3/4 by 6 inches by 1 3/4. So, and this is using just one sheet of 12 by 12 paper, and you'll still have scraps. So you're not even using the entire sheet. So it's a great project. I haven't embellished any of mine because I'm just going to focus on telling you the measurements and how to make the boxes. So let me show you what they look like. So this one was the last one that I made, and they have like a little flap right here, kind of like a donut box, and then it has 2 flaps, and they basically all just tuck in there to make your box. So I did 2 different variations of the sides. Like this one, when I glued them together, I put the flaps on the outside. There's one that I made where I put the flaps on the inside. This one that I made, I put the flaps on the inside. So you can do either way. I think I'm going to stick with the flaps on the outside because I kind of like how that looks. But we'll see. We'll see when we make it how I like it. So this was my test one. This was the first one that I did. And the flap here, I felt that it was too big. I didn't like it to be so wide, even though the side ones were wide. So I wanted it shorter, and I was able to make a bigger box by making the flap shorter. So it worked out really well, and I like it with the flap shorter. It looks more like a candy box that you would find in the store, even though this is made of cardstock, so it's not of thick like cardboard like they have in the store. So yeah, and you can do your different variations on this. You can embellish it how you want, or you can do different things how you would like. So we're going to start off with some paper. I have a piece of paper right here that is 12 inches wide by 12 inches wide by 9.5 inches long. So I don't know if you can see the whole paper. I have a flamingo paper, and this is the back. This is part of, I believe this is part of the Damask Love wild card paper pack that I got in the open stock paper and Joann's. So I'm going to get my scoring board. I'm going to see if I can get it on here so you can see where I'm scoring. Okay. So, the measurements that you score on the short side, so this is the side that goes to 9.5 inches, and this is the 12 inches. You are going to score at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4, I should say. 5 5/8. So that is just 1 notch over from the 5.5. 7 3/8. That's 1 notch over from the 7 1/4. And the last spot is 11 1/4. Okay. And then you're going to spin your paper, so the short side, so it's 9.5 this way and 12 inches this way. And you're going to do it at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 and 7 3/4. So 7 3/4. So now we have it all scored. That's all you need to do for scoring. What you're going to do next is you're just going to fold all your score lines. Make sure they're nice and folded, nice and tight. Okay. And then this last one here. Okay. So now, when you're on the 12-inch side, you're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4 different score marks. Then you'll see this one long one around here. So you're going to cut these score marks until you reach this long one that intersects. So you just cut these marks until they get to this score mark. So down here, down here, down here. So I'm gonna do that on both sides. Okay. Okay, so now that all of those are cut, it will look like this. I'm going to cut off this flap and this flap because I don't need that. So I'm just gonna cut, at a little bit of an angle. I hope I did all those other cuts on camera, but I could have not. I'm sorry if I didn't. So I just cut those flaps off at an angle. I'm just gonna take these flaps and I'm gonna cut, these are gonna be your top flaps. So I'm going to cut these at an angle. So they're going to be cut like that. We're just gonna do it with the other flap, the other side of the flap. So you see the angle like that. You do that on both sides. Okay, so now here's kind of the tricky part. You're going to take these flaps here and you're going to cut them in half diagonally, and you want to do it diagonal this way, because when you fold this in, you want the flap, this part, to lay flat like this. So you want it, I don't know if you saw it. So diagonally this way, we're going to cut it. So it's going to look like that. You're gonna have a flap like this. And we're gonna do the other side the same way. So you're gonna do it diagonally this way. So there we go. So your flaps will look like this. And now we have 2 more flaps to address. These ones, you want to start at the top where the score line is, and you want to cut down diagonally. So you're cutting off this corner, and you're cutting off this corner here. So let's do that. You're going to do the same for the other side. Like that. So your box is going to look like this. It's going to have 2 flaps here, the big flap here, the angled flap, short flap, angled flap, 2 side flaps, big flap, and then this will all be connected like this. So now all you have left is to glue. So you can either use wet glue. Normally I use wet glue, but I just find it easier to use this right now. This is just one of those tape glue runners, so I'm going to use that. So let me see. I think I am going to do the flaps on the outside. I kind of like that look. It does remind me of like a donut box and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put the glue runner on those 2 flaps, and I'm going to just glue it down. So that's what it looks like on that side, and we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So, okay, we're just going to glue that down. Glue that down here. And then I have my box. My box is all done now. So you just want to tuck the flaps in, and then your box is done. So our box is being a little crazy right now. There we go. So there you are. Here's your little box. And you can actually fit quite a bit in here. So it's nice. It's a nice little box, and you can put little gifts in here. You can even make it thicker by like putting more cardstock on the bottom just to like secure it a little. Or you could use 110-pound cardstock if you have it, and that will make it a little sturdier. I don't know how it would work with like chipboard or anything. I don't think it would be so easy to do with that. Or maybe a lightweight chipboard. I'm not sure. But here's my little candy / mini donut box. I hope you like it. You are able to make some. You can embellish them really cute and do all sorts of different things with them. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another little box tutorial that I'm going to do for you. That's going to be more like a pizza box. I just need to figure out the measurements for that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.